hello.
Hi.
Welcome to our podcast number
30! Oh my God, 30 episodes.
And yep, we're coming to you from a nice little sort of hidden spot in Camden that obviously people forget about because no one's here.
Nobody.
This time of year is glorious.
Oh, I'm Iris.
Oh. Hi, I'm Kristin.
And we're coming from Cashmere Goat, except
Yes.
we're on a field trip today.
We're on a field trip. I thought let's go somewhere like to showcase the beauty that is Maine at this time of year. It's my favorite. I love it. We are at a little place called Merryspring in Camden, Maine. It's like a 3-minute drive from the store. And we got lots of fun stuff to share with you today. Lots and lots.
And we also are going to take a little bit of video so we can put it in here so you can see what else we're seeing, because we're in this little gazebo right now, but trees all around, some of them starting to really change, and some gardens that are just, getting ready to be in decline for winter, but they still look beautiful.
It's I always find the decaying colors, actually, I love them. Different shades of browns and yellows, and I don't know, there's a blueberry field near me, and I love it when that kind of goes dormant, and there's so many different shades and colors, and
now I think
beautiful.
about colors in nature as colors of yarn.
Oh yeah, I've done
so
that.
You're like, oh look, there's Frank Ochre by Malabrigo, or oh look, there's what is it? Karen has that sugar maple that we just got some of that on Astrid, Seven Sisters Astrid.
Stuff.
Such a juicy autumn color.
Oh yeah, I think about knitting and yarn too when I see, I always see that, I can see it in my mind's eye now, that blueberry field in the late fall, and
it just turns into fiery red if you haven't ever driven.
It's after the fiery red, actually, because it does do that typical fall thing, and the whole ground turns red. But I have pictures from a few years ago, and it really doesn't look real, because it's so brilliant crimson red, and it was such a big field. But anyways, when I'm looking at that, I don't think of color names. I think about color, I want to do a color work, something with these colors and how they play together, and how I could put that in my knitting. Yep. So maybe someday there'll be the Blueberry Baron sweater. Yeah. Who knows? It could happen.
Totally.
So I am wearing my Carbeth, the Swan Dance version. I always want to say Swan Dive.
Swan Dance, because these are your little swans.
Yeah. And it's been cool enough for sweaters early in the morning. I'll probably be taking this off shortly.
And this isn't everybody's favorite color of Sweeto, which is by Noro.
Yes, it is so good. Such a good color. It matches everything. It looks gray, but there's a million little flecks of every color you could imagine.
Goodness, teal, blue.
And it feels lovely. And it's a bulky sweater, but it's lightweight, which I really like. I don't like it.
That was the thing about Sweeto, and with the Carbeth, the people that chose Sweeto just were like, wow, it's a bulky, but somehow so airy.
Yep, it really is, and I truly appreciate that. Because sometimes I get hot.
Yeah.
So
I wish you could see Kristin's other part of more her outfit, because she's got these great cozy sweater pants and her awesome duck feet boots. Look at that. Look at these nice browns. Love that. Well, I'm going to be doing that shortly too, because I don't have any upper knitwear. Because it's the first day of SOCKTOBER, October, when we're recording this, I have my favorite little shorty socks. And I don't even remember the pattern or the yarn. I don't think it was shop yarn, but I love a little short sock. I wear them when I hike. I find them very, very useful.
Yeah, I haven't knit a pair of short socks, but I feel like I want to. Those ones that were so popular this spring and summer, the something peds.
Oh yeah, the larch peds.
Yeah, or peds.
Yeah.
Peds, we're not in the hospital.
Nope, we're here in beautiful nature. And those are fun. Those are a good one. The fussy part is all in the little ped part behind your ankle.
Yeah. I don't mind a little bit of fuss.
and then you're over with the fuss
Right.
and moving on.
I don't mind a little bit of fuss. And you can't show us what you're working on because it's top secret.
Well, I have one thing that's top secret, but I do have a sock to show you
good.
because SOCKTOBER.
Because SOCKTOBER.
And I
forgot to bring my
did
socks.
get started first early because I wanted to. This year for SOCKTOBER, we if you've been watching, we talked about having a beginner-friendly pattern that we selected. That's the Rye Sock by Tin Can Knits, and it's a great free pattern in the free app, and it comes in DK worsted or fingering, and especially as a beginner, I think it's just so nice to work on a worsted weight sock. Just get the moves down, get the architecture down, and you're not married to this thing for a million tiny little stitches. So,
but one piece of advice: don't start with a baby sock thinking it will be easier to do a small one. A medium-sized child would be okay.
Sure,
but not a baby sock
because it gets fussy when you're small.
I speak from experience. That was my first sock.
So we got a beginner-friendly option, and then I also threw in this year a kind of a spicy challenge because that's the wrong one.
Right.
Because the spicy challenge, I felt like if you've knit a lot of socks and you're like, you know what, I know socks. I've done top down, toe up. Like, give me something more. So I follow Stephen West. I've always watched his videos, and he, for the summer mystery sock along, did this crazy thing called the Color Popportunity sock. Now, speaking of color marriages, to me this makes me think of when I lived in Oregon, and by the roadside there were California poppies and asters in like this kind of color. But this is Nimble Sock by On the Round. Tiger Lily is the orange and hydrangea is the purple. And this sock is bananas. You knit this tube going flat, and then you join it with the 2-color or 1-color I-cord cast off, and then you pick up for the cuff, and then you do a heel of your choice. I did opt for the brioche heel, but there's a garter stitch option. And what I love about these socks, is that there's a 1 hour long video for every part of the sock. And I have
talk about support.
I've referred back to those videos, and it doesn't feel weird on the inside. I was worried it might feel a little awkward on the inside.
Oh, and this part is she's going back and forth, not knitting in the round.
Yep.
So is the whole sock not knit in the round?
Only until the toe.
Wow.
So then what's going to happen here is I just last night finished the top of my foot, which you can see has those short rows. Then next up, I'm going to be picking up for my gusset, knitting across, picking up for my gusset, and then I'm going to be building like my short rows and like joining these little side seams as I go with the knit 2 together. It's really wild. It's fun.
It actually looks fun.
It's really fun.
It looks really fun.
There's a few little fiddly parts, but again, when I had a question, I'm like, wait, should I be slipping this stitch? I would just like find the right video and skip right to the head, and nope, I can see he's not slipping it. He's actually knitting that stitch.
That's
so
awesome.
Gotta love Steven. So you can,
Steven.
In SOCKTOBER, like always, people can knit whatever sock they want.
Right. You can even knit. You can even knit slippers. Look at these cute little felted slippers. This is 1 ball of yarn that looks like that. Obviously that's a different color. It's called slippers. That's what the yarn is.
And the pattern is free.
It is.
And there's like little, just because somebody said, well, how do I know if I should pull from the top, from the middle, or the outside? And right, the first line of the pattern is like, if you want it to look like the sample, you can pull it from the whatever, inside or outside. If you want to have your stripes on the cuff, so fun.
So fun. And we have some other sock yarns. If you want to do the next one.
Sure. So we decided, just because first day of October, we're all feeling so fall and so snuggly. So we just pulled some really like earthy fall tone yarns. Now, when you sign up for SOCKTOBER, you do get a discount on your yarn for the project. So that's fun.
Or however much sock yarn you want to buy, the discount lasts all October.
Good reminder.
And so that one is, what's that one called?
This is the gradient.
So this is paint gradient.
That's how it knits
up. So you can see
darker at the toe.
And then light at the top.
And 1 ball for 1 pair of socks, which is awesome.
Yep. And super speckled. So that's
really
that
great.
One.
This one is the Infinity sock.
And this is like a combination of a gradient and then stripes.
And you don't have to knit the whole thing. You don't need to knit a knee sock if you don't like that.
Yes, I feel like I want to get another sample of these socks that is not as big.
And of course with these ones too, in the middle of these balls of yarn, there's like a big block of undyed yarn to tell you if you do want a matching pair of knee socks, you can find that and then start knitting, and then you'll have a matching pair.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is our newest. This is the eclectic sock.
And this one is just, I can't get enough.
I don't think it's not the same colorway, but you get the idea.
Yeah, it's totally a different colorway, but it is a fun sock. I feel like this could be used in so many ways. Musselburgh hat.
Oh yeah.
A shawl.
Yep.
It's just like, it reminds me of paints.
Yes.
This one is not called paint
Well,
sock, but this one reminds me of painting.
Yes.
So.
And so signups for SOCKTOBER are at our knit along page on the website.
Yes.
And there's still time to join. There's no late to the party. You just like come along, and we're all knitting sock foot type things.
And if you do want to sign up, it does not cost anything to join in our Zooms or our Sunday meetings. You can have a discount if you want to use it all month
But also
long.
if you happen to have sock yarn at home, fine.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is a fun thing that one of our remote goats suggested, that I'm gonna start to pull together, is I've got a survey for folks to find out A, what sock pattern they've chosen for this SOCKTOBER, but B, what are their favorite go-to sock patterns? And so I want to do a Ravelry collection of like SOCKTOBER favorites.
That's a good idea.
Of the ones that like people are saying like, yes, this one, I've knit it more than once, or I like it because. So that's kind of fun to crowdsource that information too.
Yes, because we can't knit all the things. We need your
We really
intel.
would like to, but
We would like to. I'm
can't.
like, I need to make some of these. And well, I'm behind on my knitting.
well, hold on. So grab your knitting bag, and first let's show our bags, because these bags are so sweet. And they're from our dear friend and remote goat, Wendy.
Yes, Wendy. Thank you so much. Wendy has been the kindest, and she sent us each a gift, and then she sent me another gift. She sent me an emotional support chicken, which I didn't think to bring, but
we should definitely have that on the next podcast.
yes, and just the nicest thing. Thank you, Wendy.
Wendy, we miss you. We wish you were our local goat, but
It's
we
nice
see
to
her
have you
sometimes.
as a remote goat
Yeah.
though, too. It's fun to get packages in the mail.
Yes, it is, and you know that our love language is knitting bags, so you know.
It's so true.
So what's in your bag?
So I am actually knitting again after not doing a whole lot this summer. And this is a sweater I'm making for a young person, soon to be 11. And it is made out of Tulla tweed. It's a self-striping yarn.
Louisa Harding.
Yes. And this yarn is a little funny. Some of us like it. Let me see. I think you can see the back colors better.
Looks good.
It's like, it's striped and then there's tweediness to it, and it's
I love it in this. You know, I think
it's funny because I always loved it, and there's some really weird colors that you might call a little pukey. I don't, but
also the samples
the
are
samples
a
are
problem.
weird. The samples are weird.
And this looks great. This is the right type of design for this yarn.
Yes,
The samples
and
are too
something that I
busy or
really
something.
wish yarn companies and designers would get together on is when you have a yarn that is a party all by itself.
Please don't put cables in it.
Yes, you don't need a pattern that's a party.
No.
And it makes knitting interesting already, but you lose the stitch work or special whatever because there's so much color stuff going on, or you can also lose the look of the yarn.
Totally.
So love this yarn. It's beautiful to knit with. This is the Amy sweater from Petite Knit, which is basically a turtleneck sweater.
Will you talk about the chainette? Because you had some real fun exploring the gauge.
I did. So this is one of those yarns that is they seem to be giving us yarns that are really fluffy and calling it a bigger yarn than I would really call it. And when I first saw this, I was like, oh, this must be DK, because you pinch it and it's like it comes down to, it feels like not much,
little bitty thing.
But that's sort of typical for a chainette. And the theory is it holds air and keeps you warm, and it's lightweight, which I also like. But they have a hat pattern knit on size 10s, and I did 2 swatches, one fairly large, well, they were both pretty decent sized, and I was going to do your party sweater in it. I was like, okay, I'm going to make a party sweater, and this is the yarn I want, because I want a sweater out of this yarn too. But it's not, it just was so open. Too open. And so we've had that with a few different yarns lately from yarn companies, that they're calling it, they do end up calling this a worsted, but I don't know why they're knitting with it on a 10. And I do think it's a worsted. This pattern calls for a worsted, but this is knit on a size 6. And I didn't even check on my gauge swatch for like that small. I was like 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, because
I was trying to go with what they were telling me. So it's a funny thing the yarn companies are doing, and I'm not sure why. What's also nice about this yarn, though, is I think there's 395 yards.
It's a very generous ball. We have them, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we should have a couple other colors.
Yeah, so it's a nice, hefty ball. Yeah. This is a beautiful neutral, has some taupe, has some cream, and this is a fun rainbow sunshine.
And I've seen a children's sweater made out of this, and it was just adorable. So this yarn has been not super popular. It's a Louisa Harding yarn, but I love it. And I loved it from the moment I saw it. And I'm finally making something out of it.
And we've been selling more of it lately, so yay.
And some yarns just need a minute or a year. Sometimes yarns just take a little bit to take off.
Yep. Totally.
And it's funny, so, and I don't have any of this color in stock, but I think it's going to arrive today or tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Cool. So we have other colors too. So
should we talk about the anniversary party?
We celebrated 4 years of my ownership on Saturday, which was incredible. It was a great turnout. We had a few guests on the round. Rachel Jones came, and 7 sisters, Karen Grover, came, and they set up and had a little pop-up shop.
And Alice Dunsmith.
Oh, and Alice, yes, the designer Alice Dunsmith.
Birch Tree Knit.
Yes, and she was there for the day.
She had beautiful samples. She knits a lot with our local dyers, so it's great. And she said, you guys sell so many of my patterns, and we were like, well, it's awesome because you help us sell yarn because you're designing and sending us samples in these beautiful yarns by On the Round and 7 Sisters.
It works very well. So it was really nice, and then the best guests were all of you. There were so many people that showed up and knit outside. We had a tent up, and there was just knitting outside all day. I actually left a little after 3, and there was still a huge crowd there.
So nice.
And
we had a few cupcakes.
We did.
We tried to keep up with social media so that our remote goats could feel part of the fun. And we saw a lot of orders coming in, and we just felt the love.
Oh yeah, we really did. It's just such a nice event. Feels so good to me. I can't believe that 4 years have passed since I've been doing this, and I've been thinking lately about all the changes that have happened. It's like the store's really different than it was 4 years ago. It's not just a different location, but the staff, the hours, the classes, everything has changed. And more yarn.
More yarns.
And notions, because we are a yarn and we are a notions store, because
we like tools.
We love tools.
Yeah.
I was asking my husband, who's a carpenter, and he has a lot of tools and he collects tools. I'm like, do you ever feel like you just want to buy a tool just because it's new and it seems interesting and you don't necessarily know if you need it or not, but you want it. And he's like, what are you talking about?
Okay, that's just me then.
Like, talking about knitting tools.
Totally.
So funny.
Well, I have a little bit of because I just, Rachel from On the Round came with some of her new fall colors.
Yes.
And
Which we will be getting. We don't have them yet, but if you have to have them before we get them, you can go to her website.
To order from her. But so I had seen Rachel did like a little reel where she just was panning over some yarns, and I saw this just in like a glimmer. You know, it's just like she's passing over it, and I like screenshot, circled it, texted her immediately and was like, what is this?
Turn it around.
What is this? And so
much going on.
this is her new Season of the Witch, and I was just obsessed as soon as I saw it. It is so juicy. It's all of the things. It's purple, it's teal, it's warm and cozy and neutral and earthy and fall, and so I had to buy it on Nimble.
What else is it?
It's all the things. And then
She wasn't the only one that was obsessed with that color. She sold them out.
Sold them out. And it's on all the bases.
Yes. Yes.
So then this is abalone, which I had to get on the sock because it was just so beautiful. So nice warm base, like,
and all the green around us might be making the color not show up
but
quite
little blips, little orangey bits. But it's a nice warm background. I just love the background, and there's greens, and it's
a speckly wonder.
Okay, so, and then I had a skein of Astrid from Seven Sisters, and this was one of the very special holiday special colors for us, color Electra.
Which I think she's eventually going to release on her own.
So it's just such a beautiful, clear blue. It is such a good winter blue. And I've just been holding on to it like, what am I going to make with this? I don't know yet.
I didn't get any of that color. I was like, I'll get that later. And then I never did.
Never did. So Alice, Birch Tree Knits Alice, has a new shawl pattern that just looks really like simple and elegant. And
I was going to use the word elegant.
Yeah.
It's
called Squam Lake Shawl. I will link to it below. And you are holding a mohair and a fingering weight. And the way the design is, you've got panels where you're holding the two together, and then you drop this one and just are knitting with the fuzzy one. So you've got a little window pane effect, and just
beautiful.
Looks easy. Just looks easy breezy. And this is Karen Seven Sisters, her mohair called Ceylano, and she helped me pick out this is sea glass, and I think it's just gonna like look so good together. And it's so soft. It's so soft.
We're still on our mohair journey of what mohair to get, and this is Iris's vote.
I feel like the local too, and it's so soft. Not all mohair is created equal.
It's really true.
And I can't tolerate one that feels a little scratch. I just can't work. So,
And there are different grades of mohair. I am sure of it.
I think this is kid mohair, right?
Yep.
And that was the same for my Musselburgh hat inside.
If you want it to touch skin, like on your face or neck, it has to be soft.
It has to be soft. So I'm so excited for that. But I have this secret knit that I'm not that I'm working on, which is great. But I can't. I'm being strict with myself. And until I
reveal it yet,
until I finish my socks, I can't bring on another project. I'm trying to be strong with myself. We'll see how.
I need to finish along right now. Because
always.
Well,
today is October 1st when we're recording this, and the super exciting thing about October 1st is that it is the release day of Patty Lyons' workbook, and we did a little bit on social with this, showing some of the inside, and we had it on pre-order, so I'll be changing the listing to the active regular order today. The people that pre-ordered, your packages went out yesterday, so you should be getting them maybe tomorrow.
Yep. And someone who is in Colorado, we actually sent on Friday.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully she'll be getting it today.
Great illustrations again by Franklin Habit. Words of wisdoms, and it is truly, and I mean, when Kristin, when you were talking about this, I was like, this sounds amazing, but like you're getting little assignments, and then you're getting places to kind of assignments to practice, like with swatches. And so then you're like, okay, cast on in pattern. What does that mean? And you're going to try it a couple of different ways. And then you have this place for swatch servations.
There's so much in there.
Also, it comes with stickers.
And there's a ton of stickers.
It comes with stickers.
And there's little knitmoji stickers from Franklin Habit.
I love Franklin Habit's illustrations so much. Like,
and this is what I like.
I like this
I love
one.
these stickers. I'm ready. I need to design some of my own stickers.
I really think we've been talking about maybe some sort of workshop along, or even just maybe take a chapter of doing. This.
And it's the way they have set it up. It's 12 months out of the year.
I'm going to show this. This is what we
Can
have.
you say that word? Oh, it's going to be backwards.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
It will be anticipation. A knitter waiting to cast on, like me in the show.
And so the way they have it set up is you do 12 projects over 12 months and do all the things and create, different swatches and learn all these different techniques, not on a sweater, but on
a swatch, a low stage thing. I mean, I think it would be really fun. I know I would learn things.
So we kind of want to do that. Let us know if you're interested, because that's sort of something I'm thinking it would be like once a month thing.
I think it could work with remote people too.
Oh, absolutely. We could definitely do a Zoom one.
Yeah.
And so we're excited. Patty Lyons Knitting Bag of Tricks, the official workbook, which pairs quite nicely with her book of the same name, but not a
Knitting
workbook.
Bags of Tricks.
Yeah. So there's lots of exciting things.
And now this was super fortuitous. Like the few days before our anniversary party, we had the coolest person stop by that Kristin, you met
last year and was like, do you want a wholesale?
And she had just been coming from a fair, and this is Bug-Eyed Company and Gabby, and she was so nice, and she's like, oh, I'm just passing through after this fair. I remember Kristin had said that she might be interested in carrying my stuff, and Rachel and I were working, and we took a look at some of the samples she had, and it was just like, oh wow, this is a yes.
And she's a Maine gal, which we love. We love helping artisans in Maine, our local artisans.
People love a kit. We've talked about this, but look at this gorgeous little design. And if you notice, the thing that I love is that the colors on the printed fabric coordinate with the colors of the floss. So it's not like you have to be like, oh, this dotted line means I'm using burnt umber right now. It's right here. And you get your hoop, you get your needles, you get the booklet, which also I think is really a beautiful design. She's giving you like the color names of the floss, and then just really a nice sort of check by check sort of format in terms of different stitches. So truly, if you wanted to learn, this could be your beginner.
It could, and there is a video on YouTube
also
that goes with
each one.
How to learn to knit this, how to learn to embroider this.
And the other thing that impressed me, I thought it was really nice. This is a nice, more heavyweight fabric.
It's linen and cotton.
Linen cotton, I think. What she said.
It is.
So she also, besides for the embroidery kits, she has needle felted taxidermy kits, and we have fox and deer and raccoon. So similar, really super helpful booklet. You get your colors of fleece, and you get your little
flags.
Felted
taxidermy.
Felted taxidermy. You get the little wooden plate to mount it on, and no animals were harmed in the making of these cute wall hangings, so great for vegans or anybody who wants to craft.
Some vegans don't
use
wool at all.
wool. Okay, so if you're that kind of vegan, it could be good for you. If you're the other kind, sorry.
If you're the other kind of vegan,
could do
this the
embroidery
one is
it's
fine.
cotton. So anyway, that got us pretty excited. I'm not going to try to put this in. No. It's too crinkly. So we were super excited. People were buying them on the anniversary, and it was fun to have something brand new. We're really excited that Gabby came and wanted to.
Thank you, Gabby. So we will also link those.
Yes.
For anybody interested. And do we have other things to talk about, or what did we cover it? I kind of don't want to leave because
I know what I can talk about.
Pretty out
it's
here.
So pretty, and the light is perfect. Yeah. So at the end of the month, I'm going to be doing a color theory, color play workshop. Now, this is in person right now, but I'm going to see how it possibly could be adapted to online, because I think it could lend itself that way. And I'm really excited about it because, we love helping folks with their colors, but so often we hear people say things like, I just don't really get it. I don't feel confident. And we'll help you because this is a fun game for us, but I kind of wanted to take the approach of helping my participants, feel more comfortable through some fun, playful exercises, because we have this whole incredible palette in the store. I'm going to be using, one of our products is this really cool color card deck. But I'm also going to give people just sort of a basic color wheel, I think, too. Yeah. Just to really narrow it down and kind of just generally, because every color wheel is a little different. And but some general sort of here's how we understand this. And then let's take this and go around the store. Everybody go find a color in the red family. And we know the red family is reds, and it's pinks, and it's pink grays, and it's sort of gets into maybe even orange. And then we can come back and really talk about okay, so where do we see this fitting here? And then we'll talk about some of the other kind of terms. We won't get too heavy with the vocab. I'll give you guys a handout too, but kind of practical and applied color. And then how do we start to play with color combinations? And also, color's just so emotional. We have these personal connections with color.
It's true, and I feel like I should take the class. I love picking colors, and I don't have a problem with it, but I don't think about the color wheel. I just do it from a really organic place.
Yes.
So I have learned a little bit about it, because photography, you always have to think about those things, but it's not something I was I love color. Could I teach that class? And I'm like, no. What would I teach? These look good together.
Right.
That's hard to...
And then it's sort of well, they look good together, but let's figure out why.
So I might join you.
I did a color theory class when I was way back in college, and we were making original color wheels.
Nice.
And mixing our own paints, and that was just such an intense way to sort of really experientially learn it. So I'm dusting off a little bit of that knowledge from a long time ago.
That's awesome. Oh, color's always fun to play with, isn't it? We love color, as you can see.
As you can see.
I don't want to say goodbye. I just want to sit here all day.
Well, yeah, but we should probably get
back to work.
Shop.
Thanks for joining us.
If you like the video, you can drop us a comment, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow all of those things. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, all of the places.
All the places, and thanks for joining.
And happy knitting, making, doing whatever you're doing.
And welcome to SOCKTOBER.
SOCKTOBER, yay! Cozy sweater season is starting.
Yes.
Look at this.
Yes. Bye now.
Bye. We're so awkward.